Yo, 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 what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your daily tarot card reading for Hump Day, Wednesday, July 10th of 2024. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful start to your week. Let's go ahead and hop into it and see what we got going on today for the cards and for a little bit of the astrological energy. Well, let's see. Oh, we have the Star card in reverse. Star card in reverse. You know, this could be an inability to see the awesome and positive things that are here. You know, the Star, it comes after the Tower card. So if you think about even just chronologically the story of like the tarot and especially the major arcana, you know, after those tower moments, that's when you get the silver lining. That's when you're picking up the pieces. That's when, you know, you've already hit rock bottom, right? It's like you can't really go any further down, right? Star card in reverse can be an inability, like I said, to be able to see the positive things that are coming after things have kind of fallen apart, or gotten at least to a point where it's, you know, it's like I said, it's that tower moment. It's that big, abrupt, usually not very abrupt. We make it abrupt because usually it's something that's been building up for a while. But after something collapses and we're clearing away the space, you know, it's time to bring in some fresh new energy and some hope, honestly. The Star card in reverse, some people may not be feeling that freshness. They may not be really feeling that hope, you know. Now, let's see what else we have here. Well, we have the Emperor card in reverse. I think this is like, if you get too into your head and what you think things should look like, this could be, like I said, moments where our ego may kind of get in the way here, thinking that things have to look a certain way, be a certain way. You know, the Emperor card here in reverse, it's like, yeah, you're not going to have all the answers, and it can make for things to be rather impulsive. Now, astrologically, it's interesting. We do have the moon, it's still in Virgo. It's going to make a square over to Jupiter, and it's not going to quite get to the opposition with Saturn. That's going to be more of like going into Thursday. Now, we do see the sun is going to be trining Saturn, and we are going to see Venus, which is going to be trining Neptune. So we do have some positive energy here, but we have to consider that Saturn is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, and being that this is in Pisces, that's the last sign of the zodiac. In many ways, it does deal with a lot of things such as spirituality. It does deal with the etheric, the unseen. It does deal with things like drugs, though. It does deal with things like alcohol, though. Even though alcohol is more algol than Taurus. It deals with escapism. It deals with, you know, finality. You know, it deals with, you know, like I said, that last step before, you know, beginning something anew and having this more fresh perspective, if you will. It's the last sign of the zodiac, right? So even though we do have some positive energy that's aspecting all that Piscean energy, because it's retrograde, a lot of it's also right now in review period. So it's like, I think right now we are kind of combing over different aspects of our life. Wherever Pisces is in your chart, the story hasn't quite ended just yet, per se. There's still some things that we have to go over the review periods. Like, even though Neptune got to that last degree, it didn't quite go into Aries. So the new stories hasn't started. The new gods haven't been born yet, if you will. But, like I said, there's this element here where I think we could be focused on the past a little bit too much, especially with this retrograde energy. You know, Pisces does deal with the past a lot. We can be focused way too much on the past today. We can be focused on what could have been or maybe should have been. We can worry about, oh, if only this thing had happened, maybe we wouldn't be in this situation right now. Especially with the moon in Virgo that's going to be squaring Jupiter and Gemini. This can be dealing with certain circumstances in our day-to-day reality or our work life, and dealing with, you know, the intricacies of interpersonal relationships, whether they're romantic or if it's with friends or colleagues at work. You know, it could definitely deal with a lot of the weird intricacies of that. And this moon in Virgo is trying to definitely figure things out emotionally and probably have a bit more of a clearer picture and maybe even be a bit of a perfectionist too. So I think Wednesday is definitely going to feel like a hump day. I really do, especially with these cards and with this astrological energy. And even though, like I said, we have some positive aspects to other Piscean energy, we're still very much so in a review period, kind of reviewing what has happened and kind of going over. I was like, oh, well, these things happened in the past. This thing's happened. This thing's happened. You know, Jupiter and Gemini is looking for the facts. And the moon's squaring it, is trying to figure out how to adjust emotionally, especially, and then be adaptable based off of the facts that are arising, that are coming up, that are being exposed with this Jupiter and Gemini. Not to mention, this Jupiter is going to be with a fixed star Aldebaran, so that adds another element of, especially like a spirituality kind of element to it, especially because Aldebaran rules the heavens. So it does bring that kind of energy too. Let me go ahead and draw another card too, just to kind of round out with the tarot. I have the Three of Wands in reverse. So this is a card that I did get somewhat recently, but it's another it's another thing that's coming up. It came up before. It's like this whole pondering too much on the past, or pondering on too much on what could happen. The Three of Wands is normally concerned about the future. When it's in reverse, it's like you're overly thinking about the future, or over philosophizing about the future of what could be. But I feel like there's going to be this element today where we're going to be kind of caught between looking too much into the future and looking too much into the past and focusing too much on those things. Today's going to be a day where you want to find your center and remember the present moment and remember the things that you appreciate about the present moment. Even though we are in a bit of a review period with a lot of these energies that are starting to retrograde and stuff, and albeit some of them are very much so very, very out there and move very, very slow, and they definitely are, you know, they're not the personal planets, they're not the transpersonal planets. These are like the outer planets, such as Pluto and Neptune. Saturn, though, it's a bit more transpersonal. We're a little bit, we know a little bit more with Saturn. We are a little bit more aware consciously of Saturn's energy, right? But you got to consider Sun is still in Cancer. We're still looking for comfortability. We're still looking to feel good, especially with Venus still there. We're still looking to, feel, like I said, good, all right, comfortable, whether it's comfortable in your skin, comfortable in your home, comfortable in your family, comfortable in your work situations. We're still looking for all that. And a day like today could potentially bring up like attachments too, with the star card here, the emperor card. Maybe look at some of your attachments that you have to different ideas and different outcomes that you want to have in your life. Just make sure that you look at all that. And I think one of the things here too, and I was thinking about this earlier, is that you can't get rid of your attachments. If you came down here, you're human, you're playing this game right now. There are some people and some philosophies that will say that enlightenment is being able to rid yourself of attachment. That's damn near impossible. And honestly, if you rid yourself of attachment, you're gonna die. And I literally mean that, and this is like some Scorpionic type shit that I'm gonna say, but it's if you try to rid yourself of all attachments, and okay, so no food, no water. I guess some people can live without that stuff for long periods of time, supposedly. You need oxygen to breathe. You need people. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can only hermit for such a long time. So it's like attachments are here and they are necessary. It's just whether or not those attachments get to a point where it starts to become more of a detriment instead of something that can be more positively aligned in your life. Like someone can have an attachment to alcohol. If you have an attachment to alcohol that becomes unhealthy, you become an alcoholic, right? So, but you can have an attachment to, say, exercise, right? And that could be a positive thing until it becomes not positive, until you become a workaholic from an exercise standpoint. So it's all about this give and take and finding the balance in our life. But we can't rid ourselves of attachments, So I think a day like today can kind of bring up those attachments, the attachments that maybe are working in your life, the attachments that maybe aren't working in your life, and to just really see the good things that are there. Like going back to the first card that I drew, the star card in reverse, this is about not being able to see the beautiful things that are showing up. So if we kind of just open our eyes a little bit, kind of get out of our head with that emperor card in reverse, if we kind of get out of our head and kind of get our head out of the clouds with the Three of Wands card there, even though it is a fire element suit with the wands. Very much so, it's like in the cloud kind of energy. Like, we just kind of have to kind of get our head out of the clouds, especially with the moon of Virgo. Use that energy to help ground you today and to do your best to not take things so seriously. And realize that, you have some attachments. They're not all, not all attachments are bad. It's just a part of being human. And I think we have to learn how to be okay with being human again. A lot of people, I'm channeling a lot more with this one because I just feel like it's necessary. But there are a lot of people out there that, they have like these certain ideas of the world and different attachments to the world in certain ways and the way that it looks. And some people are attached to looking at the world in a negative way. And that's something that's going to be a detriment. And sure, you may have a lot of evidence, maybe even a lot of facts with the Jupiter and Gemini of, maybe I have like this darker outlook on the world because of this, this, and this. Well, that moon in Virgo is saying that, well, you can adjust it. You can be the alchemist. You don't have to just think that way all the time. You don't have to be that way all the time. You don't even have to associate with the people that may bring your energy down and stuff like that. Or at the very least, you could try to understand them. Try to expand your awareness. Try to, understand people and not just automatically just pass judgment. Not just automatically assume. That's the interesting thing about what the moon in Virgo will be teaching this Jupiter square, which is the main astrological transit, I would say, of the day, even though it doesn't happen, even though it's very quick, but that's kind of how the day even starts. So it kind of sets the stamp of the tone of the day. It's the moon square Jupiter. It's about, learning where to adapt and not being afraid to adjust the way that we think about things and see the world around us and see the people around us. Oracle card. Coherence. The card of coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. Well, that makes sense. If you get too caught up in the mind, or even too caught up in the heart, you can't synchronize the two and actually be able to see the true beauty of the world around us, the true beauty of the people around you, the true beauty of who you are. And that's how you get to, know more of who you are, value yourself, value the people around you, value the experiences, even the negative experiences, altering the way that you're looking at it. So it's not just something that just drags you down, but it's something that you can actually learn from. That's going to do it for your daily tarot card reading today. I trust that this message will assist you on your journey today. If you did enjoy this, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. One of the longer videos, but hey, I just felt the need to channel a little bit for this one. So, but y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful hump day, and I will see you all on the Cosmic Convergence. That will be the next one. I know I haven't quite, it'll come out later today, probably like noon or 1 p.m. is when I'm going to go live for it. So, but anyways, I'll see you guys on that video. Y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful Wednesday. Peace.